Hello everyone and welcome back to the ReGen Invitational. I am Bahamut, your caster for this matchup between Baha's Boys and G.Guardian eSports. How is everyone doing? Welcome back to the series. I cannot wait for this. This has been so great. We saw OSD take on Rainbow Spectrum, and OSD moved on throughout that bracket. Then after that we had Baha's Boys versus Unicorns United, and they progressed here to this matchup versus G.Guardian eSports, who won their round of 32 as well. We are now in the round of 16. We have moved on to Volskaya Foundry in this best of one series. We have the Genji being banned out right away, as well as the Deckard Kane, as Madan will see another ban, as he is extremely strong. And I gotta say, Volskaya Foundry, when I get Asmodan on this map, I get super excited because it's such a good map for him. He's so strong. There's so much value you can get with Wrath here, especially you can explode with that damage. But we also are going to be seeing a ban onto the Chromie. They don't want any sort of that artillery flying from the background from either Asmodan or Chromie. But that's a first pick Urel. And I gotta say, I've been seeing a lot of Urel here and there, and she is scary. But a quick response from not Genji. Whew. I was about to say, if I get to cast Genji, I think I would have been screaming right now. But G.Guardian eSports, they're going to be grabbing that Joanna Jaina. A strong start to their draft, actually. Joanna being able to set up a lot for their team, being able to body quite a bit of damage. It also removes the tank option from Stu Manchu. We often see him on that tank quite a bit. Now, they also have the Jaina being picked up with that, and you'll be able to use the Blessed Shield, drop some damage with the Jaina, as well as have some more setup with the Joanna. The slow from her is extremely beneficial into the Jaina for that chase and poke, but we get a Diablo and an Alex Straza. So far they have drafted their solo laner, their main tank, and their healer, and this is what I really like about Baha's Boys' draft so far. They don't really show what they're doing. Diablo can dive, so can Urel, but they don't have to play it that way. They can play at a little bit of a slower engagement. Alex Straza offers a lot of point control on the map, so maybe they'll move in as a team. Banning something out here like a Greymane wouldn't be horrible, but they're going to get rid of that Hanzo. The poke damage is really, really strong, as well as the vision provided by the friendly team. Dragon Arrow sets up a lot for teams. Even then, Dragon Strike is a great talent in some situations. But we're going to see a Blaze ban into that Urel. They don't want to have that matchup. Pretty strong, honestly. I think that's a fairly even matchup between the two. As well as Blaze on this map, I think, is extremely strong. You also have the bunker value, which, you know, being able to just kind of pause a fight, give your team some extra armor, and then allowing them to kind of jump back in when needed afterwards is a huge advantage for these teams. What do we get in these next two picks, though? They get the Stukov for their support, and then they're going to be picking up their solo laner, or... Okay. Okay, so they're going to pick up the Cassia. The blinds into the Urel and Diablo are fairly strong. They haven't shown what else they're going to be going into here on the side of Baha's Boys. What do they get in these next two pickups? They're going to need their main form of damage. I wouldn't be opposed to like a Gul'dan here, and then something like... Actually, Valeera wouldn't be horrible either. But I don't think they're going to be going that route. We'll get a Phoenix that pairs into the Diablo, and then a Li Ming for the resets. That makes way more sense. And I literally talked about it last game about the power of Diablo and Lightning Breath and Phoenix with Purification Salvo, as well as Urel offers a lot into that with the slow when she actually uses her, oh boy, I'm forgetting her W ability off the top of my head. Or no, her E. Yes. Holy Avenger? I think that's what it is. I'll have to look at some point. But either way, last pick on the side of G.Guardian eSports. They pick up the Muradin for the solo lane. So it's going to be a brawly Muradin into that Urel. Interesting. I'm curious to see how this is going to work out. I like these drafts. I honestly like the drafts between the two teams. I think the burst that can come out from Jaina and Cassia is going to be really something they need to worry about. The auto attacks that Cassia can shut down, as well as Joanna with the shield glare. I think they've got a lot of pause to the fights as well as interrupt, but we also need to consider the fact that there's going to be the Diablo dive the entire time. You're going to have Alex Straza in that dragon form. So names away, looking at the two drafts, I like the combo of the Diablo and the Phoenix. I really got to give that over. I think there's a lot of good synergy, and there's some opportunities on the side of G.Guardian eSports, but overall, I think that there's a lot of synergies that work a little bit better in tandem on the side of Baha's boys. But we'll find out. I could be proven absolutely wrong. We could be seeing a huge just blow up at 10 from some, Blessed Shield. Maybe Murden dives in as well. You get some Cassia dive, but we'll find out here as we get into game 1, match 1, series 1 between these two teams for the round of 16. On the left-hand side, we're going to have Baha's boys with Slinth going to be on the Li Meng, Stu Manchu going to be on the Diablo, Hedgie going to be on the Phoenix, Mango going to be on the Urel, and we'll have Spurbeck on the Alex Straza. On the right-hand side, be stepping around, we're going to be having G.Guardian eSports with EB's graphic on the Joanna, Nora going to be on the Cassia, Goki going to be on the Muradin, Krinovast is going to be on the Stukov, and Shadow Leaves rounding it out on the Jaina. Let's get into this as the two teams have met in mid. No split-offs to the solo lanes just yet. The good luck, have funs go out as well. We'll see as this game progresses. We'll be finding out. Oh my god. Stu Manchu. What's up, my friend? Thank you for coming into Twitch chat and saying hi. We are going to be getting a little bit of an engage at the start of this while Phoenix poking out into this lane, getting the clear. I wouldn't be too surprised to just see rotations between the top and mid. Meanwhile, Urel is going to be going into the bottom lane. Mango is going to be going into Goku. Goku? I think it's Goku. We'll see how that matchup progresses here. We'll peek at that as much as we can. We are going to be having these rotations come up between these two teams, and I gotta say they're fairly even in that experience. A little bit more on the side of Baha's boys, but I really, can't give over too much. We're looking at a 200 experience difference. I think it's like a minion wave, maybe. Not even too bad between the two teams. But overall, keep an eye on that as this game progresses here. And we actually have a rotation out from Norin. I don't know if Mango will be able to get away. They do get the knockback onto the Muradin. Norin going to be getting some autos off. Chronovast going to be coming down to make sure they spread out that Pustule, and rotations coming back out between these two lanes, and it's just going to be clear until we have the first Triglav Protector activating. We almost have these camps being picked up simultaneously. Getting those items for the Triglav Protector fights is extremely valuable. It allows you to zone, it gives you an extra form of damage, and to be honest, it could win it out for you. But we do have the support camp being prioritized by the members of Baha's boys. It looks like they're kind of pulling it over to their side, making sure that if there is a rotation, they don't get caught out. Stu Manchu anchoring for the friendly team. They have seen that they are on this, so they're going to start to dive on this. This will be the first big fight that we have. We have Li Ming dumping in some damage. The dive will be going in from Stu Manchu. A lot of damage going to be coming out at this time, as it looks like the silence will be there as well, and that will be Diablo falling. But they have a counter kill into the Jaina. Dragon Form going to be popped here. Phoenix going to be left for dead as well. We have the two miniguns are going to be used. Joanna going to be falling as well, giving reset after reset to this Li Ming. Almost a full team wipe, as it looks like Murden had left that fight. They end up picking this up, and that is a 4-for-2 trade. Oof. And the funny thing is, it's back to laning. Like it's just like it didn't even happen. It's whatever. Back to our lanes. But we are going to be having about a level difference between the two, and that growth in experience could be devastating. We'll see what Baha's boys are able to do in this matchup with a little bit of the advantage that they have. I think it's about a level difference between the two teams. We will be having this first Triglav Protector going to be popping up here in the next 12 seconds, but both teams going to be grabbing these camps, making sure that they have some pressure into the top lane. We already see that Shadow Leaves and Graphic are rotating into this lane to make sure that they have the clear. They prep this a little bit, get some more experience, but they continue to hold this level advantage. It's actually starting to close a little bit. I will say it's closer to half a level advantage at this point. Stukov going to be waiting to cap this as the objective has been popped. Top lane is going to be tried to get cleared out by Shadow Leaves and Graphic as quickly as possible, but Spurbeck and Slinth are not letting it happen too easily. Poke onto the lanes, nothing too. They're really not going in for this. They're gonna give over quite a bit in experience, as we have a setup though for a potential gank. A lot of burst damage going to be coming out. They get the blink out. We have so much healing going out. Spurbeck is so low, and that is going to be a kill onto the Alex Straza as well as the Li Ming. But meanwhile, they found Murden in this bottom lane and got a pick. So 2-for-1 trade. They don't have their Murden, but they still have their Joanna, Cassia, Jaina, and Stukov. This is a little risky for Baha's boys to stay around. They have 5 and 4 seconds on a couple heroes, so they'll have to just wait for that. They're going to just keep this capture as long as they can. They give it over at 96%. Meanwhile, in top lane, Hedgie will be going ahead and getting the clear onto this wave. We have the rest of the members coming, or we just have the Murden coming back to just help make sure they capitalize on this point. They're actually going to make a rotation over onto this camp. I don't know if it's the best idea, as they only have, it's 4v4. They're going to go ahead and just take this. They don't want to stagger a death. They don't want to give this over. They just make their rotation from top lane into mid. 7-7 now. It's even on experience levels and talent tiers. 43%. They're actually going to rotate off and go help the Stukov get the clear onto this camp. Make sure they grab that. And I wonder if they try and take the opportunity to go ahead and grab this point. And I think that's exactly what they're going to be doing. We have the Dragon Form going to be popped at this time. Mango going to be diving into that back line. A lot of members being shoved into the front here who don't need to be there. Shadow Leaf's trying to get back, but getting body blocked by their own teammates. Going to be falling in this situation. We have Lee Min getting another reset onto the Stukov. Looking for the Murden at this time. It's not going to be happening, but they go ahead. They claim this point, not even using their healing totem at this time, but Norn getting so extremely low. They're looking for the kill. That won't be happening, but the Triglaw Protector will be going over to Baha's boys. They'll be going ahead and grabbing this, and I wouldn't be too surprised to see them open up mid, take out the well, and then move up to the top lane to prepare themselves for that. And actually, no, they just go ahead and they say, we'll take this whole thing and just move it top lane, because the value you get from the Triglaw Protector in this top lane is so strong. It's really, really important to make sure that you take out this well and you focus fire down this gate and just kind of open this up and make it more difficult for them to hold point B that will be popping up after this Triglaw. But they go ahead, they walk up, they're going to go ahead and get the burn onto that well as noted, and then they start to back off here. Realistically, they're not going to get a ton left. They do have about 25 seconds left here, so they could rotate down and poke out another lane just to prep themselves here, and that's going to be the plan. As Mango actually pushing into bottom lane a little bit, just hopping away from Murden as he hopped towards her. But overall, fairly good push here by the members of Baha's boys. We have a really great defense coming out from G.Guardian eSports. They gave over their front gate and their well in top lane, but they don't look like they want to give over too much more beyond that. And that looks like as much as they'll get with this Triglav, it's going to be ending at this time. They'll go ahead and start to make their rotations. Camps available for both teams. Ping's going out for the support camp. They're looking for the shadow, the shield glare onto that bush over here to make sure that they don't get caught in a rotation. But it's 10-9, and they really can't give over a fight. So we are going to be getting that Ardent Defender from the Urel. We'll have Lightning Breath from the Diablo, as talked about in draft. We'll then also have the Wave of Force from the Li Ming. We actually have, this is actually funny, we have Planet Cracker from Planet Cracker. We have Planet Cracker, not Purification Salvo, not what goes with Diablo's Lightning Breath. We're going to be getting the Meme Beam in a straight line. We'll see how that works out here. As we have Norn getting caught by a couple members here. There is the Overpower onto the Cassie. The blinds go out as well. Lightning Breath will be there. We actually had the not Purification. We had the oh my god, I'm drawing a blank on it. Planet Cracker. There we go. It actually went out for a second there, but I think the Flailing Swipe from Stukov stopped the entire just ultimate from happening. That's such a just quick pick to be able to do that and make sure that they don't lose a member there. The other thing I was just going to note really quickly is they have Lifebinder onto that Alexstrasza, but we also see... Huh. I'm drawing a blank on this one too. Okay, we have Valkyrie from the Cassia to pull a couple members in for some fights here. We'll have the Avatar from the Murden, we have the Blessed Shield from the Joanna, Ring of Frost from the Jaina, and we have the Flailing Swipe as seen before by that Stukov on cooldown currently. Point B, though, should be opening up quite soon. They're going to be able to go ahead and contest over this. They want to push up their wave as much as they can, try and get some pressure onto that lane, that gate, but we're currently seeing the members of Baha's boys rotate around, pick up items, prepare themselves for this next fight. They're going to go ahead and grab this siege camp. It's going to pretty much just go into the top lane where they're going to be needing to sit on the point next, so just having that extra pressure into the lane is going to be big for them. But we're currently looking at about a level and a half difference between the two teams, and it's really starting to look in favor for Baha's boys as this game progresses. We'll have to see what they're going to do on the side of G.Guardian eSports to just kind of turtle up and bring this back a little bit. I like what they're doing right now is they're just grabbing their camp that they know is safe. It's behind two forts, so they don't get rotated on. Norn is able to do that by themselves. Meanwhile, in mid, the Baha's boys are just going to go ahead and just get the pressure and just keep these lanes pushed up and just kind of force the rotations out from the enemy team. Stu Manchu anchoring through there. Could have got a member if they ended up scouting them out, but that will be the next Triglav Protector available in 26 seconds. And we'll see what they're able to do with this. 12-13. They've got a level that they need to find here on the side of G.Guardian eSports. And that's just the big question, is where they're going to find that level. They've got pressure in the top lane. Mid lane is pushed in fairly well. They've left their Murden in bottom for a bit, just to soak that up as much as they can. But he's going to make a rotation into the top lane to go ahead and just help out the team. I guess they're going to be trying to take this a talent tier down. Okay, whew, I had to get a drink of water there. All right. Poke damage coming out from Li Ming. No big no big engage just yet. They're waiting for that 13 to be available. Support camp is up if they want to just go ahead and rotate for that, but it's not going to be happening. They have Stu Manchu dropping the healing totem at this time. We also have the Planet Cracker coming out, separating the two teams from each other, as we also have the Blessed Shield going to be out as well. The Dragon Form will be out from the Alexstrasza, pushing on to some of these members. They still hold this point. Ring of Frost will be going out, connecting on to 4 members, but they turn onto the Jaina, who steps up a little too far, and that will be the first kill of this fight, going over to Baha's boys, as Graphic is so low here, splitting from the team and says, just kill me, let my team go, and that's going to be happening. As it looks like Alexstrasza will go ahead, sit on this point. Spurbeck going to be capitalizing on that while the rest of the team rotates around and just gets pressure onto these lanes. They're going to have Mango going into that mid lane just to soak up even more, continue this experience difference. And the one thing I do want to note as well is that bottom has been pushed up quite a bit. And so there is, there's this minion wave that they do need to grab, but the other thing to know is that there's no gate that the Trigger Protector needs to work through. They can go straight through onto this fort, and I want to see how much value they're going to get with that, because that is the second Trigger Protector going over to Baha's boys. 15 to 13 in this game. The experience between the two is starting to grow as we have a 10k difference roughly, but they're actually going to rotate right into the top lane and say, you know what? This is going to be our front gate. This is going to be our keep, and I like this. I really, really like this play, because what it does is if they can get the keep off of this, that means that they'll have catapult pressure during the entire phase of the C point. And having catapult pressure in a completely opposite lane across the map is huge for teams. Love this play that's coming out. They're going to go ahead and lock down this keep and pressure even further. Meanwhile, Li Ming and Heji are going to be poking onto this keep. Actually, they start to step up a little bit. Slim's going to be trying to poke out with the magic missiles as much as they can. We have Mango stepping up at this time. Going to be able to dive onto the Cassia, get the knockback onto them, and they're able to walk away. We have the Murden stepping up as well, but the Trigger Protector will confirm this first keep of the game. Currently going to have Norin a little bit low, but Li Ming will be killed by that Cassia, so they trade 1 for 1 at this time. They have the... Oh my god, the Joanna is so low, but Krinovas is going to go ahead and get the Flailing Swipe onto so many members there, denying them any sort of extra engage. 16 to 14. 1 keep has gone down. And a 1 for 1 trade off of that, I don't think it's too bad. I think that's a really good play for the members of G.Guardian eSports. Not losing too much out there. They give over the keep, but they don't give over deaths and stagger even more experience. Currently, though, going to have a 3-level difference between the two teams. Mango still holding on to that support item. Has not used it yet since, I believe, like the first fight of the game. We'll see as this game progresses, though, if they will be dropping that. We have the 2 camps being grabbed on either side. Just grabbing those turrets to just pressure up the lanes, or pressure up the next objective, which will be bottom. And this is exactly what I'm talking about here. You now have catapult pressure in this top lane. You're going to need to dedicate someone consistently, and then the next point will be this bottom, this double conveyor belt bottom. And it's going to be hard for them to deal with that. They also have the camp currently pushing into that lane as well. They just move into mid, and they say, you know what, we'll pull you into this mid, keep pressuring you, and then the less retreat path you have, the bigger advantage they have on the side of Baha's boys, because they have that talent tier advantage. They're going to be able to fight a little bit harder, and it looks like at this time we'll have a rotation coming out. I don't think they'll be able to get this Joanna too far out here. They'll just get the clear onto the wave and then continue just to pressure their lanes. Urel sniffing around here. By themselves, though, this isn't the best place for Mango to be. The knockback won't connect. We have the Ardent Defender going to be used at this time. Actually going to be jumping back onto the enemy team. Just running amok, and that will be the kill onto the Urel. I do believe that she dropped the item before dying. Yes, I do believe so. So they didn't get the support item as needed. So they did Mango giving over that item, but just burning it on the ground so they don't lose it there. And I gotta say that the delay was pretty big. It secured them the fort and everything they need in this bottom lane for the next Triglav Protector, and I think that's a huge pickup for the members of Baha's boys. Is the format best of 1 all the way through, or does it go to best? So it goes to best of 3 after the quarterfinals. So the semifinals are a best of 3, and the grand finals or the finals are a best of 5. So the first 3, the round of 32, 16, and 8 are all best of 1s, as we have Murden taking so much damage from this Planet Cracker, not able to do too much here, as we actually also have the Dragon's Breath, or excuse me, the Lightning Breath coming out from Stu Manchu. Dive going to be going out onto the Murden. They're looking for this fight at this time. We have Norin actually getting overpowered there. They're continuing to chase this. We have the Shield Killer coming out from the Joanna. We have Spurbeck falling so low here. No Dragon Form was popped at this time. Currently going to have the Valkyrie pulling. Stu Manchu out of position. Healing Totem will be going down at this time as well. We have this retreat coming out. The slow will go out from the Stukov. That will be the Li Ming getting picked off here. The Fire Stomp will be coming out from Stu Manchu as they're getting healed up. That is also going to be a lot of healing coming out from the Stukov, and that is going to be Diablo losing all their souls. A 3-for-0 trade. A huge pickup for the members of G.Guardian eSports as they look to go down onto this bottom capture point? I think, yeah, we'll just use that. And at this point, Baha's boys, they're going to have to wait 30 seconds for their team to be activated, or to be up again to even try and take this, I think. So realistically, I don't think this is going to be a free Triglav protector for the members of G.Guardian eSports, but it definitely will be a very high percentage that they're going to need to rotate in on the side of Baha's boys to make sure that they deny that if they don't want to give that over. Meanwhile, though, Mango doing exactly what they need to do during this death timer, grabbing this, just pushing up this lane more and more, and this is what I was talking about before. You have catapult pressure consistently in this lane. It will win out over the minion waves. Meanwhile, though, in bottom lane, they're trying to open this up as much as they can, trying to just make sure that they get value when they have their Triglav protector, because technically at this point this is looking all for the members of G.Guardian eSports for their Triglav, but Li Ming has come back. You can see the cavalry is arriving. They want to defend this bottom fort. They want to keep that retreat path available for them. Currently going to dive onto a couple members, knock back onto Chronovest. We also need to note, though, Diablo's only sitting at 23 souls, so not a lot of stacks left. We currently have 96%. If they can deny them getting on this, the overtime's there, though. Lightning Breath coming out. We have the Flailing Swipe there as well. The Diablo will be falling at this time. We currently have the overtime still going on. Dragon Form will be popped by the Alexstrasza. They're still sitting on this point. Lifebinder will be out onto the Urel, but Spurbeck is so low. Lifebinder going to be getting them the healing they need. Overtime is still activating. No deaths on the side of G.Guardian eSports, as that will be the Alexstrasza falling in Dragon Form, and that will be the third Triglav protector of this game going over in favor for G.Guardian eSports, but they need to send back their Murden because that top lane is starting to deal damage to their core. 80% left on the core, 79% left in the core. I was like, there's one more catapult shot. At this time, though, Diablo's down, 23 souls. We have Alexstrasza down as well for 42 seconds. They're going to go ahead and just sit behind their gate and say, we cannot defend this without 5. We're not going to step up to you. We'll just poke behind the gate, and that's exactly what they're going to do. A lot of good damage coming out from the range here. We also have Mango sitting on that horse, waiting just for the engage. They're looking for the opening just to kind of dive onto that backline. No one's stepping up too far just yet. Murden's still in that top lane, clearing 20 to 20 at this time. Diablo is back. Knockback from Mango onto a couple members here, disturbing this, but that is going to be a keep going down in favor for G.Guardian eSports. Mango stepping up onto Norn, gonna get some body blocks. Knockback will be there. That will be a reset for the Li Ming onto the Cassie, and they start to chase this as the Protector will actually drop the Stukov. Gonna jump right back in there for a second. I think a wrong button was hit, as it looks like they're starting to chase this, and they want a kill. They have a lot of tools available for them. Lightning Breath is there. They currently split off from this chase. Mango gonna get the dive out. They've juked the hand out from the Triglav Protector, but that will be a keep going down in favor for G.Guardian eSports, and that's a big play here. Just gotta see. It looks like they'll go ahead and just move into the top lane. They want to pressure this. They've got one dead for the next 27 seconds. If they can get a second person, that'll be big for them. Triglav Protector doing the best it can for defending. Apparently just going to walk up further. I'm holding my breath. I'm like, are you just going to try and walk up to the core? Or they're going to grab this camp? They'll have that added pressure into the lane. Not a bad idea, but they just go ahead and they back off. Bottom lane starting to stack up, though, against them as well. They make this rotation, though, onto the enemy. Oh, they saw this rotation come out and they backed right out of here, because I was like, Joanna was on that camp starting to work on it. They burn it down extremely quickly. Norn is back up at this time. They jump in. They want to take this fight. The Planet Cracker comes out as well. The Unstoppable is there on top of that. So much damage coming out from this Planet Cracker. No one getting off the point just yet. That is going to be the Ring of Frost coming out as well. The Lifebinder will be there onto one of the members, but that will be Li Ming falling at this time. No more resets for her, as there is the Indestructible onto the Joanna. They're losing member after member, but they actually trade out that Joanna. Dragon Form getting so many members low here. Mango looking for some more kills. They go 2 for 2 at this time. Shadow Leaf's going to get healed up. That will be the heal out from the Alexstrasza. They leave the item on the point. Goku is going to get out of here just fine. Pressure on to the top lane from this camp, as well as these catapults. Shielding still available. But the one thing that we also need to recognize is that there is catapult pressure in bottom lane against Baha's boys core, and they're going to need to defend that as quickly as possible. Urel is, I think, going to go get that clear as they go ahead and grab this camp. on the bottom left here and prepare themselves for point A. And both these teams just need to watch their lanes, because we're getting to a later and later phase of this game, and it's going to get more. These catapults will scale and become extremely powerful as this game progresses. But item camp going to be looked at by the members of G.Guardian eSports. Hedgie going to be scanning this out as well. Looks like they do know they're here. I don't think they're going to be stepping onto the point. The healing totem is given over to them. They don't want to just stagger a death at this point. The next objective should be available, and I'd say about 45 seconds here, as Urel will be jumping on this as well, getting the clear into that, and just they continue to pressure this top lane. Meanwhile, though, bottom lane will continue to be a source of an issue, or it'll be an issue for the members of Baha's Boys, because they'll need to clear this. Same thing on the side of the G.Guardian eSports. They'll have the Joanna clearing this out. And at this point, it's kind of just the waiting game, and no one really wants to step out too far. We're just looking for a couple things here and there. You know, Diablo needs to get 24 more stacks onto the souls, just to make sure that they have those for the next fight. Overall, I wouldn't say it's a little stalemate to this point, but teams are just looking to play the safe. It's the late game. These late Trigglove protectors with an open lane between bottom and top for either team. The next person to get a Trigglove or a team wipe, that could spell the end of the game. Stu Manchu at 88 souls. No revive available, so dying at this time is 60 seconds, I do believe. That timers are big at this point. This is the big defense. We have our fourth Trigglove protector becoming active in the next 2 seconds. We'll see how this plays out here. Poke going out from Li Ming. Starting to step up a little bit here onto each other. We are going to be getting the turret down as well. Starting to work their way in here. We do have a Hellgate coming out from the Diablo. A double stun onto a couple people. Lightning Breath will be there as well. The Planet Cracker going to be coming down. Jaina going to be popping the Ice Block, but it won't be enough. Ring of Frost going to be going down as they die. Lifebinder going to be enough for Spurbeck to get them back to full health, and that is going to be Chronovest in a really bad spot. Hedgie still sitting on the Lifebinder as they get a pick on to 3 members. Li Ming getting reset after reset, and that is going to be Norn falling as well. The last one to go is going to be this Murden, and that will be a full 5-member wipe. They leave the Trigglove protector. The GGs are already thrown out, and that is going to be the members of Baha's Boys looking at this core. They're going to move through the top lane. They don't get the Trigglove. They let the bottom lane go. It's all stacked up, but that was intense. That was a very intense match, and I got to say, GG's to both these teams. But Baha's Boys will be moving onward to the round of 8. GG, well played. Whew. I gotta catch my own breath after that game. Oh, excuse me. It's just that game was that was insane. The level 20. Oh my god! I took a sip of tea and it's backfiring somehow. Okay, the level 20 upgrade is so intense. Yeah, the level 20 upgrade for Lifebinder. Just right there. That is ridiculous. That was so ridiculous in that last fight. Her health bar went from full to 3/4 less. Yeah. I gotta say, like, I'm looking over at the replay right now and just hot diggity. That was an intense game. But I can, let's go ahead and take a peek at the bracket, see how everyone's doing here. Okay. Let's, get this. There we go. All right. So we currently have Blasting Burrows beat Divide 9, so they will be going up against Baha's Boys in the round of 8, or the round 3. OSD is not out of their game against ReGen Blue yet, well, but they'll be going up against Adults with Jobs. They've been making their way through here. Nice. Run Boys is going to be going up against ReGen Black. Makes sense. Team name change, they took Moto Miracle. I can see that. This is Jimmy versus Average Johns. We'll see who comes out from that. I don't know this is Jimmy. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not even, like, scrolling as I do this. How rude. Stream? There we go. Okay, so now I can actually show you. This is Jimmy versus Average Johns. I don't know. I think I know the Average Johns. I feel like they play in Div A, if I'm not mistaken. I know there's so many teams. It's so hard to memorize everything, but this is Jimmy. I think it's a new team. I'm curious about this, but they'll be going up against team name change, and then yeah, we'll be having Baha's Boys versus Blasting Burrows in the round of 8. That'll be coming up here in the next 30 minutes. Let me go ahead and take this away so I can at least show you some more damage numbers as we'll be closing out the stream here in just a second. Oopsie. We'll be back in 30 minutes on this channel, and I'll be joined by Cat Peach. She will be co-casting the Blasting Burrows versus Baha's Boys round of 8 game. Round of 8? Let me just double check that I have that term right. Staff. Quarterfinals. So in the quarterfinals, we'll be joined by Cat Peach, and that's going to be Baha's Boys versus Blasting Burrows. I'm going to go ahead and host over another streamer for this event at this time. I don't want to hold them up any longer, so I'm just going to say thank you so much for watching. Don't go anywhere. We'll host someone over. When we come back, we'll have more Baha's Boys versus Blasting Burrows, and we'll be joined by Cat Peach. And yeah, so I'll see you in half an hour. I'll host over someone else who's currently streaming for the event. And yeah, I can't wait, and I'll see you in 30 minutes.